Hello everyone. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel, Get Crafty with Sally. My name is Sally Poole. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Albany, Oregon. Welcome. I appreciate you stopping by. Today I'm going to show you how I made this really pretty card using the new Yuletide Village stamp set. I just used the church, and it technically really doesn't have to be just a Christmas card. Depending on what sentiment you put on it, it could be many different types of card. It is in the mini catalog on page 56. Unfortunately, it is just the stamp set, and there are not any dies that come with it. So I did have to fussy cut the little church, and you know I do not do fussy cutting very well. I do have a scan and cut machine. I don't use it very often, and I have never tried it with heat embossed images. I don't know if that would work or not. If anybody out there has tried that, let me know. Leave me a comment and tell me how that went for you. I do have one thing I need to mention. A few weeks ago, I did a card giveaway for a secret garden card, and I drew a winner, or spun a winner online, and the winner is at Pats3900. So if you will contact me at dannydog75@hotmail.com and give me your mailing address, I will put this card in the mail to you. So congratulations for that, and thank you all for leaving comments. It means the world to me. So let's see. Let me show you what else I have used. For the sentiment, I used this older Night Divine set. It has just some beautiful sentiments. I just used this little joy and peace sentiment. And then also for the little tree line and the ground, I have used from Frosted Forest, which is new. I have used this die to cut that out. And the paper that I used for this, I'm going to call it a gold card, but it's really very vanilla. I have a pack of, I'm pretty sure this is retired, glimmer paper that has evening evergreen, gold, and very vanilla. I don't have this, which is a current product, Berry Burst Old Olive and White, so you could use the white glimmer specialty paper. There is the number. There are 3 sheets, and it's $6 if you want to order that. And if you have any questions about anything and want to shoot me a comment about that, I'd be happy to answer it. If you're looking for a demonstrator, don't hesitate to reach out. I do still refund standard shipping on orders of $60 or more, so that is helpful. So let's get down to this card. These are the items that you're going to need to make this card. You can either get a screenshot, or as always, I will have a PDF linked down below the video in the description box. I do have, this is just a sheet of gold foil, or a piece of gold foil, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And I am stingy with my foil, so I usually cut the center of it out because I just want the frame. And to do that, I used the rectangle stitched framelits. So I used the third from the largest to cut that center piece out. And then for the little sentiment, the joy in peace sentiment, I used this die from the same set. And it cut it out perfectly. You don't have to move it and redo anything. I already did cut the, let's see, you'll need a scrap of vanilla for stamping the church and the sentiment. And a little word about stamping the church. Try to get it straight. It makes it a lot easier when you're putting it on the card. I did not get this one straight. So it's nice if it's lined up with these two edges straight. You don't need a whole lot of extra space down underneath the image, but you do need a little bit. So that gets fussy cut. I have already cut one out. Took me forever. And then I've already run this piece of very vanilla glimmer paper through with the die from Frosted Forest. So you can see that it doesn't go clear across this piece of paper. And that is, I believe, 4 by 5 1/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut from the edge into where that cut started. Go to the other side and do the same. So then you've got your piece for your card. I will tell you that I had no trouble at all cutting this very vanilla glimmer paper out with that die, but I had a terrible time with the, I guess I haven't shown you this other one. I did another card with, maybe I did say it, the Dazzling Diamonds. This is old, I don't know how old, retired. I had a terrible time getting it to cut through. And then it took me, it probably took me half an hour to get it out of the die and get things apart. So that was kind of a pain. So anyway, let's start putting this card together. We've got a very vanilla base, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Just give that a good press. And then let's take one of our two 4 by 5 1/4 very vanilla pieces. I have already embossed this. This is for the background. Dry embossed it with the Snowflake Sky. This is the newer Snowflake embossing folder. So I've already embossed that. So let's attach it to the gold layer. So remember, you don't have anything in the center to connect this to. And I always get too close to the edges with the glue when I'm putting things on gold. And it always seems to ooze out somewhere, which is very irritating, but my fault. All right, so let's take that and we will just make sure I'm in the camera. Center that as best as we can on the gold foil piece. Give that a press. You could, I did cut this the same width as that Very Vanilla piece. You could attach the tree piece to the Very Vanilla piece prior to putting it down on the gold if you wanted, if you think you're going to have to trim up the sides. But since mine are both the same size, I know that it's going to fit properly. So let's put some glue on the back of this. And we will attach it to our card base. Make sure it opens at the bottom and that you've got your snowflakes coming down in the direction that you want them to. I have the larger snowflakes on the embossing folder at the top of my paper, and kind of the accumulation of the little snow dots down at the bottom. Okay, so let's put some glue on the back of our little tree panel. I should probably grab a piece of scrap paper because I am probably going to get glue all over when I put glue on these trees. So I'm just going to try to put some dots of glue, there we go, on the branches here and there. It's not wanting to come out, and I don't dare squeeze it. So just where there's a little bit bigger spaces on the branches, go ahead and put a little dot of glue. This is all kind of connected, so you don't have to get glue everywhere. Okay, so let's see, there is glue on there already. Let's bring our card base back in, and we will lay this piece down at the bottom, matching up the corners and the bottom. Give our trees a little press. So the ones that I did with the fussy cut church that I knew the edges were really straight on, I just glued this piece to the front of it, right under that little embossed pathway. And this piece I just cut by hand. It's just kind of looks like a little snowbank. So let's set our little church on here and see if that matches up at all. Because you want your church to be standing up straight. So that's actually pretty good. So let's go ahead and put some glue just on the bottom of this fussy cut church piece. I'm going to lay it here again. Well, I'm not going to lay it there again. I'm going to put my snowbank on here, and then I'm gonna have to move quick. I'm gonna line up these corners. My church is not straight. And that's the nice thing about the green glue. You've got some wiggle room to play with. There, so that looks pretty good. So now I am going to, since I've got some layers going on here, I am going to put a couple dimensionals on the back of the church since it's going to be in this area. And then I also want just a little kind of a triangle piece for the church steeple. So I'm just going to cut that off of my dimensional pack and see if it fits on here. Okay, so let's take the covers off the dimensionals. Try to get them out of the way. Can't get a hold of this one. There we go. And then I'm just going to put some glue down towards the bottom of the church panel and the snow bank panel. All right, so let's lay this on our card base. I'm going to match up the corner and the bottom. And it's probably really hard to see the layers on this video, but it is pretty cool. I spent probably over an hour this morning trying to take a picture of this card to no avail. They just weren't coming out. My lighting is good today and everything, so I finally did get an okay picture. So hopefully you are able to see these pieces in the video as we're putting this together. So the last piece is, I'm going to take my little sentiment piece, and it is also heat embossed in gold. And I am going to, I just got glue all over my finger. I am going to lay it kind of under the steeple. I will show you one of the other cards that I made that I've talked about this before, that I put a sentiment on and thought it was straight and then looked at it the next day and it was horrible. Well, I have one of those cards to show you today. Very irritating. Okay, so there is that card. It's pretty simple once you get your pieces heat embossed and cut out. This, like I said, was the worst part. It's probably really easy for many of you. Oh, one other thing that I did to it, I don't know if you can see this very well or not. I did take a light lemon lolly Stampin' Blend and colored in the little windows on the church. I thought that made a nice, warm, comfy effect. So there's our sample card. There's the one that we just made. Here is one made with basic white and silver foil. And this is the one that has the Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper. This is also the one that I got this sentiment really crooked on. So here's another one, in case you don't have any glimmer paper and want to do this anyway. Here's another one in Whisper White with silver foil. And I just cut the tree and ground piece out of Whisper White. And then this piece also. You can see that I ran these two pieces. I didn't run the trees through. I ran them through with an older embossing folder called Softly Falling. A lot of you probably have that. And I put the trees in, so the trees were out of the folder, and I just had the landscape part of the paper in the embossing folder. And I also was thinking, gosh, that's a lot of white on white. I don't know if you'd be able to see it all. So I took a little bit of soft sky with a sponge dauber, and I just put a little bit of ink on the edges of these pieces and in these trees. And then I also took my Dazzling Diamonds glitter and I put some in the trees where there would be snow sitting, and then also on the roof of the church and on the little pathway and mounds there. So those are some ideas of what you can do with this. I did not do one yet without, like this, without embossing this bottom. I'm sure it would look really pretty if you just embossed the snowflakes on the background piece and then left these smooth. So hopefully somebody will give that a try. I might do another one also if I can get myself to fussy cut another church. Anyway, let's see. I think I included everything I needed to. So I hope you all enjoyed that. If you're getting anything out of my videos, please give me the thumbs up, hit the like button, share my video with your friends and family. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would love it if you would do so. It really helps my channel grow. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I will see you next time. Bye.